Hello, welcome. It's me, Danyell Carmelita, your favorite tarot reader and astrologer. Welcome to this week's transits. We have a lot to cover. We have some ingresses, meaning that some planets are going to change signs, and those planets are Mercury and Venus. I'm also going to do horoscopes and tarot later on in this video, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But yes, and of course we have the weekly transits. We have the current moon report, and what we have currently. Before I get into that, let me just remind you to do your due diligence and to subscribe, like, and comment. That helps YouTube. I'm sure you know, if you are a YouTuber or no, not a YouTuber, but someone who uses the YouTube to watch and everything. So just make sure you can just write your zodiac sign down or give me some critical feedback. Critical. You can give me some great criticism to help me out and help me improve my channel. Also, I have a podcast here that I would say do weekly. I don't do it weekly. I do it almost bi-weekly. And actually, I am up for a new one this week. So check out that podcast. The podcast is actually more about the current transits and astrology and current events. Okay. So if we have a hurricane, I'm going to talk about astrology. I also do some prediction. I explain things. If there's any celebrity drama, all that's going to be discussed. And actually, this upcoming one, look up for the discussion of Jada Pickett. And I'm late on that one, but yeah. So that's what we have. And the last podcast was on Israel and Hamas. Okay. So that is what we discussed through astrology and yeah, and some tarots also. So let's get into what we have currently. So currently the sun is in Scorpio. Actually, let me show you this here. So currently November 6th, I am recording this live. The sun is in Scorpio, and actually, so yes, the sun, one second. Okay, so the sun is in Scorpio. These planets are all in Scorpio. And we have Pluto and Jupiter and Neptune. All of them are retrograding. This is the red here. Chiron is retrograding too. So when we have the sun in Scorpio, it signifies a period when the energies of Scorpio, which is all about transformation, intensity, deepness, okay, depth, also dying. Something is transforming is also representative of dying. And when you have that, all those things come up. Also psychology, power, deep reflection, focusing, because focusing is a fixed energy and Scorpio is fixed. Emotions run high during Scorpio season, so people tend to be emotional, but it's all for a great cause, all to get really beyond the surface level. Okay, so you have that with the Scorpio energy, and I did discuss all these ingresses, these planets going in there in previous videos. So go ahead and check that out. And if you want to look at your horoscopes, I discussed that as well. Now, let's talk about these current planets retrograding, right? Pluto in Taurus is retrograding, and Pluto is the planet of transformation and deep change. It is also the ruler of Scorpio. So in the sign of Taurus, you're talking about financial matters, okay? So when there's a retrograde, maybe you're reflecting internally on changing the way you spend things or your possessions or your sense of security. And that could be releasing some old patterns when it comes to materialism. Okay. So now you have Jupiter, and that is also in the same sign of Taurus, and Taurus is still not changing, right? Taurus is in the sign of, Taurus has the themes of financial matters and your resources. Okay. So when you have Taurus, Jupiter in the sign Taurus and it's retrograde, well, first of all, Jupiter in the sign Taurus, Jupiter is a planet that represents expansion and growth. In the sign Taurus, so you can have prosperity, overspending, okay, vast amounts of land and resources. Also it makes me think of, actually, let me take this off so I can really be with you guys. It also makes me really think about overprice. Everything is cost so much money. That is Jupiter and Taurus. I will get more into that in my podcast when we're talking about the economy. But yeah, so of course, there's material growth that could be happening internally because we're dealing with the retrograde. But just in a nutshell, without the retrograde, it's more about the collective, right? So during the retrograde, you may re-examine your beliefs and values regarding the thought of abundance and wealth and resources, maybe like how you could be abundant in resources, considering some financial investments, okay, and opportunities for personal growth. Now, Neptune is in the sign Pisces, and that is retrograding as well. And when you have Neptune, Pisces is at home in Neptune. So spirituality, dreams, imagination, all that is there. Also, clarity, lack of clarity, because you all are about your intuition and thinking more in a spiritual level, like your head is in the clouds kind of thing. And also too, with Pisces, there's a sense of glamour. So people who are this is also something to discuss as a current event, but like Sephora has like these two biannual sales, and the website crashed because a lot of people are into makeup, and the makeup and the glamour is very Pisces energy. Okay. Photography, I talked about Saturn going direct in Pisces and how I'm so serious about the family photo this year because Pisces represents photography as well. Also, addiction and drugs. Okay. So when you have Neptune retrograding in Pisces, and Neptune is representing again our intuition, also creativity, you're probably exploring your spiritual beliefs, probably exploring the addictions that you have because Pisces can represent addictions, aligned with a deeper self of spiritual level, like a higher level. Introspection, huge. Revisiting some type of spiritual path. Maybe you're off and you want to go back to practicing that, and looking into dreams. Okay. And then when you have Scorpio, the sun in Scorpio, combined with these planets retrograding, there's deep self-reflection. Okay. And issues relating financially, because Scorpio is also one of the money signs and power. Okay. So yes, so that's what we have currently. A lot of self-reflection. Okay, so let's talk about the moon report here. And the moon report, I always want to do like do a sound effect of some sort, but sorry, I'm trying to see which one's bigger. Trying to make myself bigger. Okay, so we have November 6th, the moon is in Virgo. November 9th, moon is in Libra. November 11th, moon is in Scorpio. Now, the reason why I do a moon report is because the moon moves really fast. Okay. Cancer is ruled by the moon, and that's why they say cancers are so moody, because the moon is moving so fast. And when it's moving, so I'm going like this because when we're dealing with that wheel that I just showed you, the astrology wheel, chart, circle, whatever you want to call it, when it's moving, it's also affecting different planets and having different relationships with the planets, which astrologers will call aspects. It has different aspects with the different planets, and that affects our mood. Okay. So instead of going over each aspect of the moon, I basically give you the good and bad of each moon sign, and you will feel it. And the moon represents your emotions, it represents your home, your security, your stability, very emotional, feminine, internal energy. Okay. So the moon in Virgo, this is a time when you are going to pay attention to details. Practicality is very emphasized. Your routines at home, you probably are sticking to your routines because Lord knows I am. You may feel more organized, maybe into your health and working out, cleaning, getting your life in order. Now, also some self-improvement could be happening. Work-related matters, very serious. But try not to be too self-critical when the moon is in its lack or in its negative, okay? Because then when you're critical on yourself and others, you're more critical on yourself. When you're critical on others, you're more critical on yourself. Try not to be too perfect. And Virgo energy moves very slow. It's mutable, but it moves very slow, likes to take its time. So go ahead and use this energy to do really detailed work, but try not to move too slow, okay? Very productive and self-analyzing energy. Okay, now when the moon moves in Libra, sorry if you hear any sounds, all my iPhone and Apple, everything Apple is on and it's all connected. So if someone calls, all devices rings, so are ringing. So just apologies for that now, and I'm not going to apologize anymore because this is live. Okay, so the moon in Libra goes there on the 9th, and that's all about harmony and balance and being fair emotionally. Okay, also the moon is very air, so it's very social, doesn't really want to be at home, but it wants to find balance in all its surroundings, very connected with others, wants to have resolve some conflicts, strong desire for beauty, art, aesthetics. Try not to overspend with Libra, try not to eat too much sweets with Libra moon, okay? Try not to be passive aggressive with the Libra moon. Now, when you have the moon entering Scorpio during Scorpio season, that's going to be November 11th. And then we'll have a new moon coming up next week. But emotions are very intense, okay, and very passionate, deep and transformative experiences, a desire to explore your inner psyche, confront some deeper emotional issues, mysteries, secrets, passion. All that happens. Having discovered some hidden truths, all that can happen with the Scorpio moon. Your intuition is very heightened during the Scorpio moon. It's a good time for having some personal insights or insights with others. Okay, so that's what we have with our moon report. And now let's go on to our transits here. Hold on one second so you can really see it. Now go ahead and screenshot your transits this week. Let me take a sip of water actually. Okay, so go ahead and take a screenshot of the transits. Like I said earlier, November 6th all the way to the 11th, we are doing, I put the 12th. So I guess the week ends the 12th. The last transit I saw that really has some zhuzh, some oomph, is going to be on the 11th. Okay, so that is what we have for the transits of the week. Now, the last one I did put the degrees because it gets a little spicy. So at the beginning of the week, looks very great. Towards that end, gets very interesting. Okay, so let's actually get started with the weekly transits. Okay, and actually, let me show you this here. And we're going to go, yes, so we're in November 6th. Now, Venus is trining, Venus is trining Pluto here, 28 degrees, and very positive. Trines are so positive that you really don't have to do much work. It's going to just naturally happen for you. Venus in the sign of Virgo is trining Pluto in the sign Capricorn. This is going to happen at 6:37 a.m. Venus is the planet of love, relationships, and harmony. Pluto is associated with deep transformation and regeneration and power, okay? It is the ruler of Scorpio. So you're going to have deep transformation in relationships. Passionate and intense love making could be happening with this transit. You don't have to go far for that. Okay, would naturally happen for you. Maybe deep, meaningful relationship energy, personal growth and exploration will be happening because remember, Venus in the sign Virgo. Virgo is all about self-improvement and self-analyzing. Okay, when it's trining Pluto, there is some discovery and personal growth because Pluto is all about getting deep and getting the skeletons out the closet. Okay, empowerment in relationships, helping you understand the dynamics at play with necessary changes to achieve greater satisfaction and fulfillment. Releasing the unhealthy, because Virgo is about the health, unhealthy patterns, financial transformation. Venus is how we naturally attract money and also not just beauty and love. Okay, so you could be making some financial investments and yes, and financial improvements or financial decisions. And Pluto is about that power and money, so that can naturally be happening for you today. Aesthetics, huge with this energy. Okay, so Venus does represent aesthetics and your taste and creative pursuits. So when you have that Pluto, it's going to heighten that and maybe draw some very transformative energy with aesthetics. Okay, healing and regeneration. Anytime we have Pluto, there's some healing and regeneration. Maybe in relationships, there could be some healing. And like I did say, intense passion, high drive to unite, interplay, a beauty and a beast kind of energy, and the love of power. Okay. So now we also, that same day, and it happens more at night, we are going to have the beautiful Mercury in the sign Scorpio. It's going to trine Neptune in the sign Pisces, and it's going to be 25 degrees when it trines. Okay. The planet of communication, Mercury, and day-to-day transportation, your community, and the planet of dreams, imagination, and spirituality, that is Neptune. Very positive energy. Don't have to do any work. Like I said, trine is naturally, the universe is on your side. Okay, so what do we get with this transit? It's going to be heightened intuition, psychic abilities. Okay, it is a great time to get a tarot reading. So if you want to book a tarot reading, go ahead and do it. The energy will last. Okay, it's not just for tonight. The energy will last. Okay, you may find yourself like have a gut feeling or a hunch that's gonna be like, this is accurate. Okay, pay attention to your dreams, your inner guidance. If you have a dream tonight, write it down. Okay, and the energy will last for like a few days. Okay, inspired creativity. You're likely to feel a surge of inspiration and imagination. And remember, we have Venus is very positive too. So this is all very creative energy. Artists, writers, musicians, you may find it easier to tap into your creative flow and produce meaningful work. Meaningful conversations too, because Mercury in Scorpio loves to be deep, and Neptune in Pisces is the water of emotions. Okay, so it's all good here. Empathetic communications could be happening, compassion and empathy. Pisces energy is very empathetic. Okay, so, and very compassionate. Spiritual insights. Okay, Mercury and Neptune, the trine can bring spiritual insights and greater connection to inner spirituality. You may have a more profound understanding for your spiritual path. Remember, I told you that Neptune is retrograding. So this could be really internal work for the collective. Enhance imagination, psychological insights, because Mercury in Scorpio is all about psychology and the psyche. Okay, so deeper understanding, especially with that water energy, trining, clarity and artistic expression. And like I said earlier, dream interpretation. So now let's go on to the next transit I see, which is on the 8th, and we will be having Venus. Here it is, entering Libra. Okay. Venus again is the planet of love, harmony, and it's entering Libra. Libra is Venus is the ruler planet of Libra. Okay, so it's home here. It loves it here. It's very comfortable. Grab a seat. Matter of fact, you don't have to grab a seat. You can have a bed here. Okay, because you are at home. Okay, this is going to be strong with social interactions, because air signs are very social. Relationships, aesthetics, overall sense of harmony and balance. Okay, so enhance socializing more than ever, and having social grace is what you get with this ingress, with this planet moving into Libra, focusing on relationship, partnerships. Now, doesn't have to just be a love relationship. Okay, any type of partnership. Okay, so like your partnership with your mechanic, with your therapist, with your plumber, and also too seeking help through a partner, through someone who is an expertise in their field, and using their energy to partner together to do something is great. With this Venus entering Libra, attraction and charismatic vibes. Libra rules Venus, like I said earlier, so a lot of attractiveness and charismatic energy. So people are going to have some personal charm. Okay, so it's a great time for dating. Okay, if you're scared to date, I don't know anything about online dating, but maybe this is your time to do it. Aesthetic appreciation, big, 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 big. Beauty and aesthetics going to be huge. So all you makeup artists, Okay, book your clients as much as you can with this. Okay, balanced decision making. Also, too, if you're doing your home, making your home look beautiful, anything beautiful. And also, that's why fall aesthetics are so big, because Libra starts that fall and everyone gets the candles, because you have the senses too, because Venus is about the senses. They get the candles and the pumpkins, and who would have thought pumpkins could be so attractive? But all of a sudden, everyone's home has a fall vibe. Look at me. I am very much aware of it. Okay. And you have the smells, you have the food, you have the comfort, and you have the beauty. Okay. So, balanced decision making is all about fairness. Okay, especially with socializing, okay, and with relationships. Peace and harmony goes with that too. I always can't say this word, democracy, like I just want to rush. Being very diplomatic, okay, and international relations. Be aware of this. Historically, peace agreements and diplomatic breakthroughs often coincide with this Venus and Libra. So let's see who's going to make up with this energy. Peace initiatives have been happening when Venus is in the sign Libra, okay, throughout history, periods when we have this placement. It calls for some peace and harmony, okay, especially with the leaders. So let's see what happens. I'm not saying this is going to be a kumbaya for all, but definitely. Now, personally, love and relationship, artistic expression, romantic relationships, assessing your relationships, seeking justice is also going to be big. If you have some law things, Libra represents law, cultural and art expression. So art, aesthetics, okay, and culture, beauty, makeup, like I said, okay, and legal matters. And let's see what else we have. Balanced budgets and financial negotiations, because Libra energy and Venus is all about how we get money naturally, and the energy of having harmony and balancing it is going to be big. Okay, now celebrities in relationships. Let's see who's going to fall in love. Let's see who's going to be dating. Let's see if we get some marriage announcements. Expect to see the headlines with couples, celebrities, engagements, high profile weddings, fashion and style trends. Huge with this. So, the world of fashion is going to either make a shift when we see Venus going negative, or make a shift for the positive when we have some trines. Okay. Maybe some new designers, some new fashion statements. All that's going to be big with this transit. Beauty pageants, cultural events, all that can happen with this. The center stage is beauty. Okay, if that makes any sense. Center stage of peace and harmony. All that is going to happen with this ingress. Very positive, and let's be aware that all transits, not transits, all ingresses has its ups and downs. Okay, so now that same day we have Mercury is going to sextile Pluto here again, because we have that 28 there. Okay, so when we have that, that's happening at 4:16 p.m. Okay, so very positive, not negative, not as positive as trine. Okay, you got to do some work. Okay, so God's like, here, I have something for you. What are you going to do with it? Okay, that's basically what this means. And let me tell you what could happen if you get up and actually do the work. Okay, Mercury again is the planet of communication, our intellect, day-to-day travel, some traveling, because we could be dealing with the air too. So, and our neighborhood, our world in a smaller what am I thinking, than the bigger world. Okay, also writing, okay, because that's a form of communication. So you have deep insightful communication with this, especially with the Scorpio. Okay, and Pluto, remember, is the ruler of Scorpio. Okay, so it's going to amplify your ability to engage in profound, insightful conversations. If there's some complex hidden conversations, this is time to have it. Enhance mental clarity, great energy for that. Okay, investigative work, problem solving, research, all with this energy. Empowerment through words. Okay, your words can carry extra weight during this transit. You can use your communicative skills to inspire and empower others. Psychological insights, huge with this. Influence in business and negotiations. If you're involved in some business, this transit can be to your advantage. Your ability to strategize and make persuasive agreements will be enhanced. Okay. That's what I'm saying. God's given it to you. Will you use it? Okay. So use this to have some successful outcomes. Secrets and mysteries all can be solved with this. Transformative conversations, intuitive thinking, efficient problem solving, depth in writing and communication, having some deftness, okay, and really going in deep, and to produce something with intensity, okay, and captivate your audience. So if you're a writer, do it. If you're an investigator, do it. If you're a reporter, do it. If you're a researcher, do it. If you have to research for a paper, this is the energy, okay? If you are like me and have to research for a podcast, guess what? This is the day I'm doing it. Okay, so we have some transformation and change with this, because Pluto represents some change. So the world events, there could be some huge headlines with reforms or power shifts in government, because Pluto in the sign of Capricorn is representing government, organizations, and institution. That could be on the news in a positive, not negative way, because Mercury is also going to communicate and inform. Okay, social, psychological, social, society issues could be happening. Okay, so social matters, it's positive, mental health issues, psychological issues, social transformation, all that could be happening for the positive. Okay, technical advancements, because we have Mercury sextiling Pluto, this may lead to some breakthroughs in research and advancement of psychology, neuroscience, or any kind of information technology. Okay, reassurance. I'm sorry. I'm like, what am I? I'm just off. I just ate, and I normally don't eat before I do this. And now I'm just like, basically when I do intermittent fasting, there's a lot of clarity. And now I'm just like, oh, I want to take a nap. I had a great breakfast, by the way. And breakfast meaning afternoon. It is lunch for a lot of people. Anyway, but this transit can, historically in the past, this transit concealed, there were some things that were overlooked, and now those things are not overlooked with this transit. Okay, anything that people are trying to conceal in a good light, it will be revealed. Okay, and look for some financial things, some developments financially that could be happening. Okay, Pluto's influence on power and transformation may coincide with stories about efforts of addressing environmental changes could be happening as well, because Capricorn is an earth sign. Okay, so now let's move to November 9th. And November 9th, we have that Mercury. Actually, and didn't do it here. So let me, because this Mercury will go into Sagittarius at night. Okay, Mercury, I should just type it in. It happens around 10:24. Okay, when that beautiful Mercury enters the sign Sagittarius. Okay, and what does that mean? Remember, Mercury is about communication, thought, our intellect. It enters the sign of Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is all about the world and being optimistic, the sign of luck. Okay, so optimistic thinking, huge. Expansive thinking, like, I have the world at my fingertips, huge. Okay, being very open-minded, like, that is a thought, maybe this could be true. Okay, looking at different points of views. Okay, being honest and candid is what you can get. Sagittarius is known for its bluntness, okay, and truthfulness, and expect that during this transit. Interest in higher education, Sagittarius is all about college, higher learning. Okay, travel and adventure. Remember, it's all about the world. So, of course, traveling is going to be big. Philosophy is huge with Sagittarius. So be ready for some philosophy type conversations, okay? And abstract discussions. People may be more interested in exploring deep questions about life, the meaning of life. Even spirituality could be in this, okay? Lack of detailed oriented focus, because Sagittarius is such about the big picture. It doesn't want to focus on a small picture. That is Gemini energy, and that's its polarized opposite. It is all about the big world. So So be aware of that, especially when we have some negative aspects happening. Okay. But the big picture is what we're dealing with this. So go ahead and take advantage of that. Now, legal matters is going to happen. And remember, we have Venus in the sign of Libra, which is some legal matters. And then we have Sagittarius, Mercury in the sign of Sagittarius. So Sagittarius is associated with law and legal matters. So this is going to be highlighted. Maybe through contracts, negotiations, a desire to seek justice and fairness. And like I said earlier, the desire for adventure and travel and exploration, all that's going to be brought in. Increased international communication. There may be some increased communications like diplomatic efforts or a focus on global issues. Huge, huge, huge. Global issues are going to be bigger than ever, especially with this internet, but bigger than ever. If you thought it was huge now, get ready for this ingress, okay? The Sagittarius is going to influence headlines in tourism, exploration, travel, space or exploration could be happening. Especially when it's touching the Neptune energy or anything dealing with Pisces, because another planet is in Pisces. What is it? Saturn, but more Neptune. Okay, so get ready for that. Legal matters, it could be happening. Some international agreements legally, some peace treaties, some international treaties, negotiations with that is going to be huge. Human rights and social justice, because we're dealing with justice and fairness with Sagittarius and Libra. Get ready for some human rights issues, some social justice issues, efforts to address global inequalities and injustices. Education, huge, worldwide. Expect news about exciting expeditions, discoveries, especially with Earth, Capricorn energy. If we're dealing with some connections with who's in Capricorn, Pluto in Capricorn. Get ready for that. And space, when we're hitting the Neptune in Pisces. Okay, when this planet starts to connect with those things, because Mercury is going to touch all of them. Okay, cross-cultural exchange is the time when you have this exchange, especially when it comes to art, music, any type of cultural expression will be celebrated or debated globally. Being very optimistic and positive narratives will be probably said, okay, through this. So highlighting acts of kindness, personal achievements, global initiatives to improve the world may receive more attention than ever, okay? So that's what we have with that transit. I will further discuss that in detail during my podcast, but that's where you get the meaning of it. And on the 10th, Mercury in Sagittarius is going to square Saturn. Now, this is when things get a little different, okay? We had all these positive things happening earlier this week, and then we get the dum 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 dum, okay? So Mercury in Sagittarius, right? I just explained what that means. And Mercury is the planet of communication. Now, Saturn, what is Saturn? Saturn is all about structure and responsibility and the father figure, okay? In the sign of Pisces, the father figure of spirituality. No, you should not listen to Beyonce. She is not a Christian. No, you should not do any tarot readings. Matter of fact, there is a law against tarot in this state of, I forgot what state it is, but that currently happened. All that is the Saturn in Pisces. Okay. Now, when you have it squaring is conflict, it's tension, challenges, also life lessons. So there could be some positive with this, okay? So when you have that communication challenges, be aware of that because you have that squaring. So expressing your thoughts clearly may be an issue. This aspect may manifest as tensions between countries or challenges in diplomatic negotiations. There could be some misunderstandings, harsh rhetoric, or difficult in reaching agreements can occur. Rigid in thinking. Saturn is very rigid and structured in a way we are going to be thinking with that Mercury. Okay, so you may be resistant to anything new or unconventional. Be ready for that because Saturn is all about the tradition. Okay, critical self-talk. It can trigger self-doubt and self-criticism in your thought patterns. You may be more critical of your own ideas, which can hinder your confidence in expressing them to others. You may feel the weight of various duties because Sagittarian is very responsible energy. And so you might have some commitments and may be very heavy on you. Okay. Limitations in communication could be happening with that because Saturn is about boundaries and setting some limits. And now I want to limit the way you talk. Okay. Get ready about that. Maybe talk about the world. Get ready with this square. Okay. Struggle with authority because I said earlier, Sagittarius is that father figure, and a father figure is representation of authority. So there could be some limitations in communications or struggle with the thoughts of your opinions and the structure or the hierarchy of an environment. Be mindful of your tone and approach in situations. This is for the collective and for the self, okay? Delays and obstacles because Sagittarian, Saturn is associated with delays and obstacles. So this transit can bring that when it comes to communication, travel, decision making. So be aware of any setbacks and just let it go. Let go and let God, okay? Serious and practical thinking can happen during this transit, and it could be a benefit. You could be paying attention to detail or be very serious or overly serious, okay? And people are like, that's not fun. Okay, so but despite that, there'll be some resilience and some determination, and maybe that would be the positive of this challenge here. Okay, structured learning, limits on information because we're dealing with Mercury. And Saturn doesn't want us to know as much information as we should. So be ready for that, especially getting disinformation from the media, because Mercury represents the media. Okay, government censorship, limitations on the press. Okay, economic concerns. Mercury Saturn square may raise some of these concerns because it includes discussions about financial regulations, trade restrictions, because Mercury is about commerce, or impact the economy, policies on international markets, because we are talking about that Sagittarius energy. News about financial stability or instability may be more prominent, okay? Challenges in education and travel, issues related to foreign students, international exchange programs, or travel restrictions could make some headlines. There could be some debates about educational standards and access to quality education. Mars square Saturn transit historically coincided with periods of political and ideological division. Okay, so be aware of that. Often prompted societies to reevaluate their values, beliefs, and policies. Okay, and what else do we have? Again, diplomatic negotiations. We're dealing with Sagittarius energy. We're dealing with our minds. We're dealing with communication. Okay. And we're also dealing with that Capricorn of government. Okay. Media accountability. There may be some calls for increased media accountability, some ethical journalism standards, the role of media in shaping public opinions and how it influences us on a global level. Humanitarian concerns, the humanitarian aspect of Pisces, because we're dealing with some Pisces energy here. Wait, hold on one second. I just had a thought. Okay, anyway, because Saturn is in the sign of Pisces, okay, we're going to have some compassion and some humanitarian concerns. I was also thinking of something else, but no, I'm getting ahead of myself. That's next week. We'll stick to this week. I don't want to confuse, but displaced populations, that's all going to be discussed. Hamas, Israel. Get ready for more of that, or maybe something even new. Okay. So discussions about international humanitarian efforts and aid may be more prominent with this square. Okay. So let's see what else we have for the 11th. And on the 11th, Mars is in Scorpio. Sorry, I'm just sitting here as if Mars is in the sign Scorpio, and it's going to be opposing Uranus. Remember, Uranus is retrograding, and that is in a sign of Taurus. Okay. It is going to be opposing in 21 degrees. 21 degrees is a Sagittarius degree. It's about abundance, expansion, wisdom, college, travel, exploration, philosophy, law. What else do we have? The world, cultural matters. Okay. So, tendencies toward nervous restlessness, overstimulation, erratic thinking, lack of focus, impractical and ill judged ideas, excessive mental pride, and stubbornness. Okay. Get ready. Get ready. Okay. At the beginning, it was all good. Now Mercury and Mars is here causing some ruckus. Okay. And Uranus is always expect the unexpected. And Mars is all about action and war. Be ready for that. Okay. So sudden outbursts of tension, geopolitical unrest could be happening because Mars is associated with aggression, and Uranus, like I said, is about sudden and unexpected events. So be aware some tensions could rise with this aspect, okay, with this transit. Economic validity, the opposition, this aspect can contribute to economic instability and in fluctuations. Get ready for that, okay? Because we're dealing with Taurus and we're dealing with Scorpio. That is about our money. So financial markets leading to unexpected changes and increased market big changes. Now, I wouldn't suggest. I don't know anything about money. I don't know anything about money. I don't know anything about stocks, but this is not the time to do anything with that. Okay. Protests and civil unrest could be happening for the collective. Could be. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying could be. And let me see here. Looking at a lot of stuff, we got some Pisces, we got the Chiron in Aries, we got the South Node in Aries. Okay. Yes, just be aware of that. Aries energy is all about fighting. Scorpio is all about power. And then we have that Scorpio moon that day. So emotions are very high. Be aware of that. Okay. Protests and civil unrest, technical breakthroughs, because Uranus is about innovation and technology. So even though opposition is about tension, it can also spur technology breakthroughs and discovery. So natural disasters could be happening here because you have to expect the unexpected. And sometimes it could create a natural disaster like an earthquake, because we are dealing with Uranus in the sign of Taurus, which is about our land. Okay. Storms, some geological events. So be aware of that. And what else do we have? Let me see. Yeah, well, Mars is water too, so could be water and land, okay? Because it's in the sign Scorpio. Technical disruptions. So if the internet goes off, if the power goes off, okay, be aware of that. Cyber attacks, okay. Just be aware of that. Shifts in power. Mars and Scorpio represents a strong desire of power and control, because they used to say Mars is the ruler of Scorpio traditionally. And now it's just got some change. Expect the unexpected. And once it's freedom, Uranus is all about its freedom. Uranus is all about let's think outside of the box. Why are we doing this traditional old crap? Okay. So it could be some shifts in some power in government and organizations, leadership changes, or struggles for dominance, because Mars and Scorpio wants power, and Uranus is like, you're not about to control my resources in Taurus. Okay. Security concerns. Like I said, Uranus and Taurus is links to financial security. And when you have the opposition in Mars, it may bring some concerns about economic security, or cyber security, or crypto is really what I want to say. Efforts to protect financial systems and infrastructure may be heightened or highlighted. Historical references to gain insights into some transits that played out historically. I'm going to discuss this. I'm not going to discuss this but in the past, usually whenever you're dealing with Mars and Uranus, expect the unexpected. Okay. But there's some restlessness, there's overstimulation, there's erratic thinking, okay, and lack of focus. So be aware of that, and a lot of stubbornness. Be aware of that as an individual, be aware of that as a collective, okay? Now, next week, we have a Scorpio new moon. Get ready for that. Okay, that's going to be literally on the 13th at 1:27 a.m. The sun will be opposing Uranus, so expect some unexpected with your life identity. Okay, and towards the end. So now let's get into some horoscopes, and remember to check your everything. Check your sun, moon, and rising. I have it on my ticker here. I'm trying to see. Hold on one second. Okay, Scorpios. We'll start with you guys. I am going to use my African Tarot deck here. My crystal's on it. I've always got my crystal on it. And yes, we'll do you guys Scorpios first, and then we'll go back to Aries. Now, I'm trying to see if I want. This complicates things for me. So I'm just going to tell you, because sometimes I forget to show you and tell you. Okay, so Venus, Scorpios, welcome. Oh, actually, I do this every time. I actually want to do a collective reading first, okay? Let me go back and do collective reading for all of us for what we have to expect this week. For the collective, what does the collective have to expect for this week with these ingresses? And we have the opportunity of some financial gains, okay? Some work related, health related. God is giving us the opportunity. It's coming out from the cloudy judgment into our hands. And how can we improve our financial matters, especially with this Venus happening here? Also, we have to persevere. We have to stay strong, right? That is the 9 of Wands. And the Wands represents our desires, our passions, and it's very fiery, very external energy. And then it's the 9. The 9 is the end of a journey. Okay, it's going to start a new one soon, but how strong are you? Can you stay strong? Now, this person is bandaged up, but look, he's still standing there like, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to finish this. Okay. All right. And let's see what else we have. This week we have the Emperor, and the Emperor represents Aries energy. Is very father, boss man. Okay, he's going to get the job done. He is the leader, gets it started. People go to him as the boss. Okay, and you could be an Aries, or you can know an Aries, or you can embody this energy. Someone who is fearless and courageous, someone who has the drive and a passion. Very fire energy this week for us. We are going to get some opportunity financially. We have to persevere, and we have to be the boss. Hold on one second. Oh gosh. There we go. Look, you can lose that if you don't be the boss. Okay, so you have to be the boss. That's the most important thing. Be the boss. Be a leader this week. Okay, don't back down. Basically, that's what that means. All right, so that is for the collective. I hope that resonated with you guys. Also, remember, I do individual readings. I'm going to give a sale for some astrology reading, because I get a lot of tarot readings, and I need to promote the astrology because I'm good at that. But yes, so I might be giving a sale shortly, not shortly, in a short period. It won't last long, but look out for that. If you've never gotten your astrology chart read before, there's a sale coming up. I am going to do a sale. I just have to figure out the date for it. Okay, so now we're going to do Scorpios. Scorpios, let's get started. Okay, so your Venus is going to enter the 12th house. Your inner world and spiritual connections are going to be heightened with this placement. You may explore deeper levels of self-love, self-acceptance, compassionate and empathy, actions towards your relationship, but maybe relationship with God, relationship with your spirituality. Actually, I do want to show this here. So let me complicate this even further. Scorpio. So you see, Venus is in the 12th house. Mercury is going to be in your third house in a sign, your second house in a sign of Sagittarius. So you're going to be really into your finances and investments. You're going to be thinking about wealth and abundance, very optimistic thinking, and that the world is at your fingertips when it comes to financial matters. You may explore new ways to expand your resources and financial matters. So let me pull tarot for you guys. And we have the Three of Pentacles. Now, this is about money, and this is also about collaborating with young people, okay? Learning and collaborating with young people. So with this Venus, with this Mercury, collaborate with someone young, collaborate with someone, work as a group, learn from someone young, okay? And that is your reading. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Hello, Aries. Let's start with you guys. Now, Mercury is going to be in your 9th house here. Venus is going to be in your 7th house. Okay. So Venus entering your 7th house in Libra, relationships, both personal and professional, become more significant. It's all about relationships for you. Okay. I see that your South Node is in Libra. So, whatever lessons you have here, it's time to walk away from some type of lessons here. Okay. What else do we have? Partnerships, negotiations, law could also be a theme here. Aesthetics could be a theme for you. Maybe even seeking some kind of balance or fairness, one-on-one connections here. Going to be big. Now, also, Mercury's in that 9th house, like I said earlier. It's the only one up in that ninth house. And you're going to be drawn to a higher education, travel, philosophy discussions, learning from different cultures and belief systems. Could be important for you, thinking and expansion and opening, exploration and new ideas. And remember, anything opposing this energy and Gemini with writing, all that is, when that moon comes here, things move pretty fast. Okay. When all these things move here and it's all in there, be ready for your world, the expansion, all that could be having some ups and downs, even law. Okay, Aries. Let me pull a card for you. You got two. You have keep the faith, very spiritual, being faith-based. Okay. Healing could also happen with this energy. And it's Aquarius. It's about your hopes and dreams. Okay. And then you have the Ace of Swords. So there's some new clarity coming. If you are very faith-based and optimistic, well, if you have healing, especially with the Scorpio energy, then there's going to be some clarity that God is going to give you. Okay. If you keep faith and have faith on your hopes and dreams, there will be some clarity that God will be giving you. Okay. And that's what we have for you guys, Aries. I will see you next time. Bye. Okay, Taurus, let's do you guys, your horoscopes. And Venus in Libra is going to be in that 6th house there. Here, yes. And then Mercury is going to be in that 8th house in a sign of Sagittarius and a sign of Libra. Okay, so, and remember, we have this North Node, South Node in this Libra energy too. Okay, so Venus in the sign of Libra in that 6th house here is going to be about your work and daily routines. Maybe it's more pleasant, maybe it's harmonious. You're going to be focused on your aesthetics, maybe aesthetics at work. There's something you should be walking away from here, but this Venus is here to highlight it. Coworkers, health matters, all are going to probably be more influenced with you. They'll be more attracted to you. Something naturally will be drawn to you with this energy or vice versa. Okay. Mercury in the 8th house, you're going to be exploring some deeper and more profound topics such as psychology, transformation, financial discussions may be involved in investments, shared resources. Intense and passionate conversations are heightened, of course, because you have that 8th house. Let me pull a card for you guys. And we have the King of Wands, being very passionate, being the leader, being very, very, you're the motivator. Okay. Or maybe you know a fire sign and it's a guy, and Aries, Sagittarius, Why can't I think Leo? Okay. Maybe you know this fire sign and he's strong in your life. It could be happening with these placements with this Venus and Mercury or this week. And you need to go in him to help you motivate yourself, or you need to embody this energy, being very motivated, being strong in your words, and very conviction. Like, I believe what I believe and I'm not changing. Okay. I'm very brave. I'm very courageous. I'm going to be the first to do it. Okay. What else do we have? Fire energy is very external too. And when you have the king is double fire. So it's extra passionate. It's more enthusiastic to get the job done and to motivate others. What else do we have? Very brave, very courageous, very creative in some sense, but very strong in their creativity. First to do it, I said that. What else do we have for fire? Just very outgoing too. External energy. This is not internal. Okay, so don't keep it in. Keep it out in the world. Get out in the world. Get out in the sun. All right. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Geminis, let's do your horoscopes and tarot. Now we have Venus in that fifth house, and we have Mercury that's going to ingress in your seventh house. Okay, so Venus in the sign Libra, Mercury in that seventh house. This is all about relationships. Okay, romance, creativity, expressions are very heightened. You're going to experience a greater joy in love affairs, artistic pursuits. Your hobbies and maybe your leisure activities are going to be more enjoyable with that fifth house placement. Sorry. And with the seventh house in Mercury, again, relationships, primary focus in discussions and conversations, a broader perspective in your one-on-one interactions, negotiations, discussions are more influence and positive. Okay. Let's see, because you're very optimistic with the Sagittarius. You have the Page of Cups. The Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is double earth. Okay. Paying attention to the details, paying attention to moving slow. Maybe in relationships, you need to move slow. Maybe in discussion of the bigger picture, move slow. Also learning at the same time. This also be dealing with money. So finances this week are going to be big, maybe introduced to you. This could be a young earth sign. So this could be a Capricorn, a Virgo, or a Taurus in your life. Young energy. Okay. Maybe you need to pay attention, or you need to use them to help you. Not use them in a bad way, but learn from them and take what they use in life to inspire you this week. Okay. Yes, Gemini tend to move fast. So yeah, that Page in Pentacles is moving slow. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Cancers, let's do your horoscopes and tarot. And we have Mercury is going to enter your sixth house, and Venus is going to enter your fourth house. And Venus in a Libra in the fourth house is going to be all about your home and family, and maybe having harmony and being very pleasant at home or decorating your home. You may be focused on beautifying the living space. Loving and nurturing atmosphere prevails in your home. Also, remember, this is about past legacies and your mom. Maybe giving your mom a makeover could be a thing here, or you're pregnant, getting dressed up, or even like decorating a baby shower kind of energy. Yes. Okay. Anything motherly, emotional, safety, home. Mercury in the sign of Sagittarius is in that sixth house. So this is all about work, health, and daily routines. Your thoughts are going to be revolved around those things, or maybe like analyzing yourself. Maybe pets as well. You may expand your knowledge in the areas related to your job and health. Explore alternative approaches to wellness and efficiency, because Sagittarius energy is all about the philosophy of work, the philosophy of health. Okay, like learning, higher learning in those daily things too, in those themes. Okay, so let me pull tarot for my Cancers. And we have the 10 of Swords. This is all about your mental. And it's there's some cloudy judgment here. There's some emotions here, because we also have some water there. The Swords represents our clarity, our thoughts and words. Okay. And someone is backstabbing you with their words, or maybe you are hurting yourself with your words and your thoughts, or someone is hurting you with your words and your thoughts. Now, this is also the 10, and the 10 is the beginning and the end, okay? The beginning of infinite possibilities. You are at the end of this journey. So that's the blessing about this. And you don't have to worry anymore because it's going to end. What else do we have with this? The cloudy and emotional, and we also have some ground here, which is earth. Okay, so be aware of this week. Be aware of the words and the thoughts that could be hurting you to the point that it could be causing you some physical pain. You want to be calm emotionally. You want to be grounded as well. There's cloudy judgment, so you're not really having some clarity maybe with the words and thoughts, but it's okay. Just know that it will end. All things come to an end, especially this. Okay, Cancers? I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Leos, let's get on to your tarot and your horoscopes. Now, Libra, Venus in Libra is going to be in your 3rd house, and Mercury in Sagittarius is going to be in your 5th house, right? Now, communication and logical interactions are more pleasant. You express your thoughts and ideas with grace and harmony. Siblings and close relatives may play a more significant role in your life. Okay. Hanging out with your siblings might be happening here. Okay. Now, Mercury in Sagittarius in that 5th house, creativity, self expression, more emphasized here. You know, when I had this placement, I got a cricket and I was doing all cricket stuff. Cricket is, just being creative and card making and all that stuff. That kind of creativity. Maybe more engaged in discussions about hobbies and romance. Learning through enjoyable and leisure activities are very favored. Hanging out with kids, talking to kids, the discussion of kids, the discussions of kids around the world. Okay. That also could happen with this placement. Now we have the Two of Wands, and the Two of Wands is also, he has the world at his fingertips. Okay. Also, this is an energy of researching. Mercury in Sagittarius in that 5th house, it looks like it's going to play a big part for you guys, Leo, and you are a Leo. 5th house energy already. Okay. So the world is at your fingertips. It's all about researching. Okay. World is at your fingertips. It's all about researching. Be very optimistic with this placement. Research for the next step because the next step is all about travel. Okay. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay. So Virgos, let's do your tarot and horoscopes. Now, Venus is in your 2nd house, and in your 4th house, you have the Mercury. Okay, Venus in the sign of Libra. Financial matters become more balanced and harmonious. Okay, you may be invested in some beauty or something valuable, some type of possession for aesthetics. Okay, earning and financial negotiations may be more favored at this time. Remember, Libra is also the energy of law, okay, and harmony and aesthetics, okay, in the home of what we deem as our resources, our body, our finances, our self, okay. Now, Mercury in the sign of Sagittarius in our 4th house, you may be more engaged in philosophical discussions within your family. Home related matters involving expansion, moving to a new place could be happening, going beyond your world at home. Your thoughts are influenced by your desire, emotional security, philosophy of home could be discussed, the philosophy of your legacy, your lineage, your ancestry, your mom, all that is going to be a thing. And thinking of it and being very optimistic as well, okay? Sagittarius and Libra are also about law. So remember that with those placements. And we have the Queen of Pentacles. So financial, this Venus and Libra energy in the 2nd house is going to be big for you, especially earth signs, right? This also could be an earth woman. You are a Virgo energy. So could be also Taurus or Capricorn woman. Okay. You want to lean on them to help support you, or you want to embody their energy. The energy is very water, earth. Water, earth means compassion with practicality. Okay. Intuition when it comes to your finances. Okay, that is what you have here. This person is very compassionate with their resources. They're very giving with their resources. They're very responsible with their resources. Very nurturing with their resources. And they use their intuition. What is their intuition? What is, they pray before they do. Okay. But they still do. Okay. When it comes to financial matters and when it comes to their health. Okay. I will see you guys next time. I hope that resonated with you. Yes, I will see you next time. Bye. I never know how to end. Okay. Now we have Libras. How was your birthday? You guys had your Libra season. Okay, so Venus is in Libra in that first house, self-expression, your self-presentation. Are you going to be doing a makeover? You're going to be very charming and harmonious. You may be the focus, or there may be a focus on enhancing your personal style or your personal appearance. It's a time to shine and express your personality. Grace and charm, huge with this. Okay, Mercury in Sagittarius in that third house. Communication, huge. Communicating about the world, communicating about publishing. Okay, writing and thinking about publishing. Okay. What else do we have there? Short trips and learning through local interactions are going to be highlighted. Communication with siblings, neighbors become more expansion. Your curiosity to exploring various subjects and ideas can happen. Communication with neighbors to travel could happen too, okay? Or about the world. Ooh, having neighbors who are from a different country. Could be a thing here too. Okay, so we have the Six of Cups. This is all nostalgic energy and looking into your past or having some type of sense of comfort, okay, with your past. But yeah, it's all about looking in your past, something that makes you very comfortable, something that very nostalgic, very emotional, but very positive. Yes, but something from your past, something from your childhood it makes me think of siblings, okay? But something from your past is very nostalgic, very safe and security here is what this means. So this week, look for your past to help you with your future, okay? I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Sagittarius. Let's do your horoscopes and tarot. And we have Mercury in that first house, and then we have Venus in that 11th house. Remember, it's going to be in Libra and Sagittarius. Okay, so Venus and Libra in that 11th house is about friendships and group activities. It could be about hopes and dreams. Technology, like beautifying something with tech. You may strengthen your social interactions and involvement in organizations. Collaboration and teamwork could be a favor, especially with Libra. Socializing, huge with this. Okay, now that Mercury in that first house in the sign of Sagittarius, you could express your beliefs and opinions with enthusiasms and candor, because the honesty of Sagittarius, your communication style becomes more open and optimistic. Your personal exploration and learning are primary focus. Also, the thoughts of worldly events and your identity and your ego is going to be big, or being very optimistic with your ego and your identity, the thoughts of that and communicating that, okay? Like really communicating your true self in an expansive, big way, and being very optimistic with it. Also, remember both things deal with law, okay? Libra and Sagittarius. Now we have the Nine of Swords, and there's some anxiety, there's some fears, there's some nightmares, but remember to think optimistic, especially maybe with your identity. You could be like losing sleep with your body, with the Venus in Libra when it hits the fan. That's not the word I want to say. When it hits the fan, when it comes to socializing, you could be having some anxiety, because all these two ingresses, they have its ups and downs. So when you have some anxiety and when you have some fears, just know that this is a 9, and 9 means that it's an ending. This is not going to last long. This is the end of the journey. You're over here thinking negative, and it's all in your head. There's thoughts and words that are affecting you, and it's all in your head, okay? And this is the end. Nothing lasts forever, because that was the 9. And then the next up is the 10, which is new beginnings and infinite possibilities. So know that, and know that nothing lasts forever. Come on, Sagittarius, think positive. And that is what we have. I hope that resonated with. Matter of fact, let me pull up the next card, which is at the bottom of the deck. Since it's Scorpio season, what is hidden? We have the beautiful another 9. Okay, so 9, 2 9s, and this is someone who's self-made. They're enjoying the luxuries of life, and there is abundance, and you need to think in abundance, okay? When there's that negative energy financially. All right, I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Capricorns. Let's do your tarot and astrology. And Venus is in your 10th house and Mercury is in your 12th house. That's what it's going to enter. And Venus in the 10th house is going to represent your career and your public image, Capricorns. Okay. Being very positive in professional relationships and dealing with authority figures could be very harmonious. You may gain recognition and grace and charm, are being very balanced and very charming. Okay, so making things beautiful when it comes to your public image too. Now Mercury in that 12th house, your thoughts and communication are going to be more internal. There's introspection when it comes to your spirituality, when it comes to your secrets, when it comes to addictions, when it comes to what's hidden. You seek to explore more deeper into the hidden realms of the world. All right, really having a philosophy of spirituality. Intuitive and metaphysical topics may be very interesting to you in a bigger and broader way. Okay, let me pull some cards that I see are already coming out. And we have the world. So the world is a culmination. Mercury and Sagittarius is in that 12th house. So there is some endings, but this also, means the endings, culminations. There is some ending, some closures here. Something is, there's a closure here or something in a Mercury aspect that's really big for you. And God wants you to notice. And this is a major arcana. So this is like a big deal, but there is some closure and some thought happening here for you guys. And then Mercury will go into the next realm, okay, leaving 12, going to the first. So there's some culmination, there's some closure, there's something. Hold on 1 second. There's some closure happening there. So be ready for that. And it's also the world, which is the world stage. So also we have that Venus in a world on public stage too, which is your public image. So be aware of that. It's very positive. Also could represent the internet. On the bottom here, we have the Four of Swords, which is about resting your mind. So that is what we have with that Mercury, which is going internal. So work, rest your mind and your words. And it looks like Venus is going to be in the world. Okay. Publicly, there's some culmination. There's some positive celebrations happening with that placement. All right. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Aquarius, let's do your tarot and astrology. And we have Venus in the 9th house and Mercury in the 11th house. Travel, higher education, spiritual pursuits become more appealing. You may explore new philosophies and belief systems. Cultural and intellectual experience are favored because that Venus is in the house of Sagittarius. Okay, the 9th house. Now, Mercury is in a sign of Sagittarius. So you have kind of two Sagittarius energy happening here. And in 11th house is all about groups and social networks. Communicating focus is going to be involved with that and be more involved in discussions about humanitarian or progressive causes or technology, the world in technology, the world in science in the future, your hopes and dreams, being optimistic about your hopes and dreams. New friendships and collaborations are heightened with this energy. Okay, now again, we have this if you are looking at multiple things, and this came up twice. This is about nostalgia, looking into your past, okay? Looking into what makes you safe and secure, something that's familiar to you. Lean into that whenever the things get low, okay? I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Pisces, welcome to your tarot and your horoscopes. And we have Venus in the 8th house for you guys. And then we have Mercury in the 10th house. Okay. Venus in the 8th house is about intimacy. I mean, intimate and financial. Well, it could be about intimacy too. Okay. Okay. And intimate and financial matters are going to be more harmonious. You may be experiencing a deeper level of intimacy in relationships. Investments and shared resources are going to be positive and influence. Psychology, aesthetics, psychology, and harmony and balance. Okay. And on a psychological level. Now, when you have that Mercury in the 10th house, I'm over here looking at your chart. Mercury in that 10th house. Remember that South Node is also in the 8th house too. So you need to walk away from something with that Libra energy, and it could be coming together. Be aware of that. Now, Mercury in the 10th house in the sign of Sagittarius. Your public image, career, influence, expansive ideas, engage in discussions related to your professional goals, maybe traveling, thinking big term, not just like a small term when it comes to your career. Public speaking, expressing your expertise can boost your reputation with this energy. And let me see what else we have. And we have the Eight of Cups. Is you need to walk away from what no longer serves you. It makes me think of that Libra and that South Node in that 8th house. But walk away from what no longer serves you. This also makes me think of Scorpio because it's like you're walking away, you're changing, you're transitioning, and it's very emotional. Okay, so be aware that Pisces, you're good with that. Pisces, okay? You're good with the emotions. Use your intuition and walk away from what no longer serves you. With these placements, I'm not saying that these placements won't serve you, but walk away what doesn't serve you, okay? Yes, and that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed everything. And yes, I'm just saying yes, 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 yes. I will see you guys next time. If you watched the whole thing, go ahead and put a purple heart down there to let me know, like, oh my gosh, you watched the whole thing. That makes me so excited. And I will see you guys next time.